All right. All right. Good morning, traders. Today is July 14th, 2023. My name is John. I'm the main moderator in the BYOB trading room. So let's start this day off. All right. So we got the diamonds. Diamonds are in a W pattern. And take that off. Find my marker right here. So we got a W pattern coming down here, back up over here. We do have earnings today, so this W pattern could break out to the upside. It's possible. We'll see what happens. This is the top up here. So Diamond's daily bullish chart, bullish trend, hourly uptrend, daily bullish uptrend. Look for those 10-minute uptrends into the diamonds. Just remember the high is currently so far is right up here, 345.73. So we're attacking the highs. So nice move in the diamonds, still bullish there in the W pattern. They could start to form the head of the head and shoulders. We'll see what happens here. I think the SPY is also doing the same thing. All right, so let's go take a look at the SPY. Now here's the SPY. I see a left shoulder here, and this looks like they're forming the head over the next week, and then we'll look for a right shoulder and then a possible move down or a move up. We'll see what happens. This is SPY. Daily chart is bullish. Hourly chart is bullish. Look for those 10-minute uptrends to play in the short term. So nice look to the SPY. Let me point out a couple other things in the SPY. Here's our trend lines. And this is from the March low. It's our trend line here. We're bounced off the top side of this uptrend line, and then we bounced back from the backside of this uptrend line. And let's take a look at it in a different way. This is the measured move starting from the October low. Now, you would say, why are we going higher? Well, if you remember on the October low, there was about probably $6 to $7 of pre-market activity that was much lower than that. So it's possible that the measured move moves up $5 to $6 higher than where we've got the measured move at, forming the head of the possible head and shoulders move. We are at a big whole round number, 450. That will be psychological for a lot of traders, a lot of funds. So they may start taking profit here at the 450 area. So this is the measured move. It is now complete. Now we'll just see how much they want to waffle it. They could run it up to 460, create the head, and then back. We'll see what happens. Just play price action as it comes to us day by day. Let's take a look at it one other way. Okay, so here we are in the October low with a channel moving up. And then we've got our other channel moving up as well. Okay, so note, the BOP does not make the higher high when, see this? The BOP does not make the higher high when the SPY makes the higher high. That would be a bearish divergence, meaning a possible bear move is coming in the near future. Not necessarily today, probably in the near future, maybe next week, maybe the week after. And again, I wrote in here, looks like they are forming the head of the future head and shoulders pattern. I can see that this would make a very good shoulder. This could be the head, and we would look for a shoulder over here for the right side. Good morning, Slim. And let's take a look at it one other way. All right, so let me zoom in here. All right, we have two gaps that are open down here. And I'll zoom into the 15-minute chart so you can see those. My morning SPY pivot's going to be 447.45. And how did I get that? I'll show you in just a second. It was the low right here. See where this gap, we gapped up. That's where we started. And that was the high of of the previous day's high. So that's the common area right there. And then we've got two gaps that are open just below that. So my morning SPY pivot's 447.45. Above it, I'm going to be a bull. Below it, I'm going to be a bear. And if you notice how the minor support, so if you notice, this would be support, this consolidation of 3 to 4 days right here. Notice how the midpoint lines up with that consolidation. So that makes an excellent point to come down to. And you notice the midpoint lines up with it. So right up on the top, this would be our minor support. That would be price sticking up, or the platform to hold price up from. So that would be an excellent place to tag today, right around 444. Now, if we go take a look at, let's take a look at the dollar. All right, so here's our dollar. Dollar's moving down. It's the US dollar index. As the dollar moves down, makes our goods and services here in the USA more competitive in the global markets. So that's great for the markets. So that is probably why we got a nice move up recently. So there we are with the dollar moving down. And we'll take a look at the economic calendar. Not much this morning. We're going to have import-export prices at 8:30. We got consumer sentiment at 10. After that, the day is free. But we do have something else. Earnings. We got earnings today. Don't know when they're going to show up, but they are pre-market. So we got JP Morgan, UNH, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citigroup, State Street, and Vista Energy. The big ones are right up here. Some of these are in the Dow. UNH, if that's good, that could move the Dow. I'm not sure about BlackRock and JPM or State Street and Citigroup. Good morning, Mai. So we do have some earnings coming out, so we'll see how well they do. They could move the market up or down. We'll look for that probably about 9:15 to see where they jump. So JP Morgan beat by 267. Wells Fargo beat by 3.118%. Citigroup beat. So this is going to be good for the XLF. We could see a nice rally up to 455, maybe up to 460. Don't be surprised. Wow. So they made their earnings. Got to remember, some of those are investment banks as well as have local bank branches. But I don't think either one of those are in the KRE. So I'm not sure. They might be. So nice move on the banks. They're going to be popping this morning. Market's probably going to be popping. But the big one to take a look at is the FNGU. Okay. This one can hold the market down or bring the market up. So here's our FNGU. And FNGU is kind of, after those earnings report, is just tackling the highs up here for the FNGU. So good sign in the FNGU. As long as it continues to make higher lows and higher highs, it's game on, risk on for the FNGU. So FNGU on the daily. Let's take a look at it on the daily. Green trend indicator. Little shoulder happening right here. Possible shoulder happening right there. Green trend indicator on the daily. Green trend indicator on the hourly. Everything is bullish. Wow, nice machine trend there on the hourly. A 3 EMA run. Really looking good. Probably get extended coming up here, right up into 215 or so. So really nice look for the FNGU. Wherever the FNGU goes, the market typically does follow. It doesn't matter what the other 6,000 or 7,000 stocks do. The components of the FNGU are so weighted within the SPY and the NASDAQ that these 10 stocks can whip the market around like the market is on a leash. So there's the FNGU. So now let's go take a look at the diamonds. Diamonds in an uptrend. I think I went over this already. Nice W pattern. IWM. All right, so here we are with the IWM. Another W pattern now forming the head of a possible head and shoulders. Got a daily uptrend and an hourly uptrend. Look for those 10-minute uptrends to play long in the IWM. Now let's take a look at QQQ. All right, QQQ, daily uptrend, hourly uptrend, everything looking good in the QQQ. So there should be nothing holding us back other than being in an overbought situation today. Let's go look at the T2122. If we back out, it's a 15-minute chart of the T2122. It shows us up in the overbought zone, but we've been there for 1-2 days already before. Nothing wrong with hanging out here for another 5 days. So we are in the overbought zone. I wouldn't be surprised if we hang out here for another 5 days. Okay, it doesn't mean we are in the overbought zone, but it doesn't mean that they're done buying. So here we are with the T2122, T2123, green all day yesterday. Look for more green today. And let's take a look at Max Pain. So let's go find where Max Pain's going to be today in case they want to seek it out. And while we juice it up today, Max Pain. Okay, we got 1 3/4 puts to every call, and the Max Pain is 441. So they could make a visit to 444. I doubt it. Not with all of this bullish activity. Anything's possible. But 441 is Max Pain. They may decide just to stick it to the shorts and do another short squeeze. I wouldn't be surprised about that either. So today is options expiration Friday. So we'll see what they want to do with that. So back to the charts here. Let's take a look at IYT. All right, here's transports, daily uptrend. Hourly uptrend is fading right there. Daily uptrend is intact. Let's take a look at SMH. SMH, hourly uptrend is rocking. Daily uptrend, green. So got a daily uptrend and an hourly uptrend in SMH. SMH looking good here. Look for those 10-minute uptrends in the components of the SMH. Let's take a look at the XLF this morning. I'll bet that's popping. XLF, green on the daily trend indicator. And if we back this out to the high, from the high to the low, we are up over the midpoint, and we are attacking the upper 30% line right here. This would be 34.90. This would be the upper 34% line, upper 30% line. And if you notice over here to the left, what do we have in the box right here? This would be minor resistance. We finally reached minor resistance. See these tails sticking down? That's your minor resistance. So while we attack the upper 30%, try to climb back into that area, we are into minor resistance. We could get rejected, and wouldn't be surprised if we do get rejected and come back and test the midpoint and then come up and attack it one more time. So here's the XLF attacking the minor resistance right here. I would not expect them to pass through it that easy. So I drag this out, and you can see where this tail bottom ends, our daily candle might end right into that tail right there that's pointed down. So there's the XLF. Now let's go take a look at UNG. All right, so here we are with UNG. Take a look at it on the daily chart. We had a nice daily move up, having a little pullback here. So let's measure the high and the low to see where we are. All right, so if we drag this out, you can see we're attacking the midpoint. We did once, twice. Possible move now could be higher. Double bottom, maybe the next move is higher. UNG has been bullish. BOP says pointed down, but I'm not for certain that's where it's going to go. It looks like we got a double bottom. I think we might bounce back up to the midpoint of this section right here. And I wouldn't be surprised if we jump up to 709 today sometime and test that out. So let me delete that. Here's our uptrend. Uptrend, our daily uptrend is broken, as you can see right there. We can draw it out this way. And if we draw it out this way, they're attacking the daily trend right into the midpoint. So possible bounce today coming in UNG. Higher lows. We have a higher plateau right here, double bottom possible right there. The next move we hope would be higher, make the higher high or an equal high. Even if they flag out from here, I'd be fine with that. So I like UNG long with a little confirmation. Like to see it get back up over this 706 area. That would be confirmation for me. All right, USO. Let's take a look at USO. Daily chart is bullish. And we had a channel right through here. And we had a wedge. And you can see who's going to dominate the future price action. It could be this uptrend line right here, because this one just got broken. So nice move in the USO. Now, it would be normal for this to pull back to support right here, minor. This would be minor support, all these tails that stick up or candles that spike up into the sky. It would be normal for us to come back and test that support for minor support and then J-hook off of it back up to possible 70.65. That would be completely normal for price action to do that. Now let's go take a look at gold. Here we are with gold, having a little breakout on the daily. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, three confirmed green trend indicators and one more possible today. We do have a little doji candle up here. There's a pause. Doesn't mean that we're going to pause. We could rocket on through it, just like we did in the SPY yesterday. You notice the day before we had a little doji cross up there, and then we rocketed on through it all the way up to 450. Well, same thing could happen with gold too. All right, so gold in a daily uptrend right here. Not much of an uptrend. No higher low yet other than this one. But we do have a higher high. So now look for the possible test of minor support would be these candles that stick up. So a pullback to this area right here would be normal. Testing minor support and then J-hooking up off of it. We'll see what they want to do. So there's gold. Silver. Here's silver. Huge day for silver yesterday. Look at that. Did you guys know that happened yesterday? Rocking good move right up into the W pattern here. Let's draw that in. So we got a W pattern that comes down here, back up there, back down here, and up. Kind of strange we didn't hit the battleground area, but we sure did spend a lot of time here. So I would expect this to possibly retest this spike candle right here, and then maybe probably bull flag out over to the right. If that happens today or Monday, that would be normal. But you can see if we back out just a little more, This would be the minor resistance right up here. All these tail candles that stick down, this would be our minor resistance zone right there. So I would expect a little flag to start forming right here on the SLV. Possible play for the SLV is a bull put spread on the SLV, with the bottom being down here at 20. And then your lower strike probably around 19. There's a nice possible move for a bull put spread on silver. So silver looking really good here, which makes me want to go look at Pan American silver. So you can see Pan American silver making the low here, breaking the daily downtrend. Let's see where that trend line comes out to be. Well, if we come right across the tips of those tails, that puts us right about there. And you can see one candle up, a little pause. It might be normal for this to flag out from here, possibly make a little J-hook bottom right here on the minor support right there for Pan American silver. Nice move. Pan American silver jumping from 14 to 16. All right, so that's it this morning. We're going to look for those 10-minute uptrends in the daily charts, in the 10-minute chart. 10-minute uptrend, 3-ace cross over VWAP. All right, now we are in the overbought area. Does it mean we can't go higher? We have made the measured move. Doesn't mean we can't go higher. And that's the prep and the market analysis for this morning. I want to thank everyone for being here. I'm going to take a little break, and I'll take some questions.